Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Wake Up, your rundown of the entertainment, media biz, and tech stories to know on Monday, December 9th, 2019. Brought to you by the freshest Colombian coffee you can get, Devoción Coffee. In today's Wake Up, the Golden Globe nominations are hot off the presses, and apparently, sadly, this was not my year. Disney sets a new worldwide annual box office record, while Playmobil the movie also set a new record, but not the good kind. And Ryan Reynolds won the internet over the weekend with the new ad for his gin company that he's not even in. It features the woman who played the Peloton wife in the now infamous Peloton TV ad. She's featured at a bar with her friends who are trying to cheer up her spirits. Gotcha. Definitely worth a look if you somehow missed it in your Instagram or social feeds this weekend.
You're safe here. To new beginnings.
To new beginnings.
You look great, by the way.
Now let's kick things off in Hollywoodland. The Golden Globe nominations are out this morning with the films 1917, The Joker, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood being the only studio movies to get many nominations. Ironically, the international-themed Ford vs. Ferrari pretty much got shut out. The rest of the film nods went to Netflix movies. And the TV noms were pretty much dominated by HBO and Netflix, with Apple TV's paydays to Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon also paying off in nominations for both actresses, as well as for Best TV Series for The Morning Show. Fleabag got some noms for Amazon, Catch-22 got some love for Hulu, Showtime got a few for The Loudest Voice, and on basic cable, FX and BBC America were the only two basic cable networks to be acknowledged for Fosse Verdon and Killing Eve, respectively. The entire list is now up, so let the speculation begin for the January 5th award show presentation. Over at the box office, things pretty much mimicked what happened last weekend, with Frozen 2 taking first place with close to $35 million, to no one's surprise. Knives Out took second with $14 million. Ford vs. Ferrari and Queen and Slim both took in about $6.5 million. And Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood hit $5.2 million for fifth place. Mark Ruffalo's Dark Waters expanded to 2,000 theaters, but only hit about $4 million for sixth place. Disney will now also hit the $10 billion mark at the global box office this week, with roughly 1/3 of that coming from the US and 2/3 from international markets. And we, of course, still have The Rise of Skywalker ahead, which hits theaters in 11 days. A couple of big trailers dropped at Sao Paulo's Comic-Con. Yep, that's a thing. The biggest was for Wonder Woman 1984, with the return of Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, accompanied by a synth 80s soundtrack, and also a teaser for Season 2 of Amazon's The Boys, and Fox's July 4th weekend action comedy called Free Guy, starring gin magnate Ryan Reynolds and directed by Sean Levy. It's about a bank teller who realizes he's been living in a video game and decides to take part.
Today's gonna be different.
Joe, this is scary!
He's just resting.
In pieces! That man is dead!
He's so sleepy.
The LA Film Critics chose Parasite and director Bong Joon-ho for its top honors this year. The Irishman and Scorsese took runner-up in both categories. Marriage Story took the screenplay nod. Adam McKay's HBO pilot about the 1980s LA Lakers has been ordered to a full limited series, according to Deadline. John C. Reilly plays team owner Jerry Buss, and Jason Clarke plays general manager Jerry West. Although Pat Riley is not even listed as a character, at least in the pilot. It's based on a book called Showtime, so yeah, HBO is still looking for a new title. Reno 911 is coming back, well, at least with shorter episodes. Yes, that's right, Quibi is reviving the show from Comedy Central Productions with all key creative talent in tow. The show previously ran for 6 seasons on Comedy Central through 2009, plus a theatrical film in 2007. Snooki has put an expiration date of 32 years on the fist-pumping partying lifestyle. She revealed she will not return to Jersey Shore if there is another season, saying in her podcast that she just doesn't want to be away from her kids and partying for 3 days anymore. But hey, she said she is willing to come to a classy dinner from time to time, so give her a call. Peter Sarsgaard is the latest name to join the cast of The Batman from director Matt Reeves, though it was not revealed who he is playing, according to Deadline. And Carol Spinney, the puppeteer and voice behind Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch, passed away over the weekend at 85 years old. He was with Sesame Street from the beginning for 50 years, retiring just last year. Not too much new in the Valley today, so let's combine it with the latest from the media biz. With the Gannett newspaper group wasting no time with its post-merger layoffs, a major disinvitation at the Olympics this year, and Amazon coming back to New York City, which is great news for their employees, who will be able to enjoy as much Devotion coffee at their 4 New York City locations as they want. Now, if you're having your morning cup of coffee, you may know it's freshly roasted. A lot of people print that on their bags, but what you don't know is when those coffee beans were picked off the trees. Depending upon the origin, that can be as much as 6 to 9 months. And we all know that coffee is better when it's fresh, and there's no fresher coffee you can get than Devotion coffee. Devotion FedExes freshly picked beans from the mountains of Colombia every week to their headquarters in Brooklyn, freshly roasts them, and puts it in your coffee cup, often within just 2 weeks' time. They have 4 locations in New York, but if you live in LA, San Francisco, or anywhere, you can sign up for their subscription plan, and they'll send you beans as often as you want. Every week, every 3 weeks. I'm more of a 2-week kind of guy. Whatever you need. Go to devotion.com/wakeup and get 15% off your first order. That's Devotion, DEVOCION.com/wakeup. Get 15% off on me. Well, on Devotion, but it's kind of for me. Get yours today. And now over to the media biz. Gannett is wasting no time in cutting staff now that its newspaper merger with Gatehouse closed last month. The New York Post reports that Gannett has cut over 200 jobs across various newspapers. 20% of those are newsroom jobs, with still more layoffs to come. Business Insider also reports that the media business lost over 7,600 jobs in 2019. Amazon is joining Facebook in moving on over to the West Side in Manhattan, signing a lease for 335,000 square feet of office space in Hudson Yards. It'll house over 1,500 Amazon employees. Amazon, of course, infamously announced plans last year to build a headquarters in New York City's Long Island City neighborhood, but later abandoned the plan back in February. A couple of things to note in the sporting world. Russia has been banned from appearing in the 2020 and 2022 Olympics, as well as the next World Cup, due to tampering in the U.S. elections. Just kidding. It's for drugging its athletes. Russia does have 21 days to appeal. And the college playoffs are now set for December 28th. Number 1 ranked LSU will face Oklahoma, and number 2 ranked Ohio State will play Clemson. The championship game will take place on January 13th. And finally, as you probably heard, rapper Juice WRLD died over the weekend at 21 years old, apparently of a seizure after getting off a flight at an airport. He won the top new artist at this year's Billboard Awards and scored a sizable hit with his song Lucid Dreams.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you.
That's a wrap for today. Remember, you can subscribe to our email at facebook.com/thewakeup to get links to all stories mentioned here. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Listening to my heart instead of my head. You found another one.